You ever have one of those moments when the truth hits you like a ton of bricks, and suddenly everything you thought you knew gets turned upside down? That moment when you realize the people you trusted, the ones you thought had your back, have been wearing masks all along. It's like God flips the switch, and suddenly you start seeing them for who they really are. Fake. And you know what? That's not a punishment. That's a blessing. Because sometimes the hardest truth to swallow, God is the one that sets you free. You don't need fake people in your life. What you need is clarity. What you need is the courage to walk away from the lies, from the deceit, and move forward with the people who are real, with the people who are going to push you to be the best version of yourself. God's showing you exactly who's in your corner. And let me tell you something, you are about to walk into a whole new level of truth. God's timing is never rushed, and neither is his revelation of truth. We often wish for clarity in the midst of confusion, asking for the truth to be revealed right now in this moment, but God doesn't operate on our schedule. He knows that the right time is the time we least expect, when we are ready to handle the weight of the truth. Sometimes we find ourselves entangled in situations, people or lies that feel like they'll never end. And we start to lose faith in the process. We wonder if the truth will ever surface, if we'll ever get the answers we seek. But that's the thing. God's plan is about growth, not immediate gratification. The truth he reveals isn't always for today. Sometimes it's for tomorrow, when we've grown enough to understand and process it. Until that moment comes, he allows us to experience the lessons we need to prepare us for what's next. Each step of the way, he's shaping us, teaching us to trust him, to believe that what we need to know will come when we are ready to hear it, and not a moment sooner. The discomfort, the waiting, the feeling of being in the dark, it's all part of the process. God doesn't withhold the truth to punish us, but to protect us, to ensure that when the truth is revealed, we can stand strong in it. Trusting in his timing is about faith that what's meant for you will always find its way to you. Fake people show their true colors eventually. No matter how well someone hides behind a mask or how convincing their act is, time has a way of peeling back the layers to reveal what's really underneath. At first, they may seem like the friend you've always wanted, the partner who promises loyalty, the colleague who appears to have your back. But as time goes on, inconsistencies start to show. The cracks in their facade begin to widen, and the truth becomes harder to hide. Maybe it's a slip up in their words, a subtle change in behavior, or an action that contradicts everything they've said. God doesn't let these falsehoods stay hidden forever. The truth, no matter how deep it's buried, will eventually rise to the surface. And while it may sting to see someone for who they really are, it's a blessing in disguise. The sooner you see the fake, the sooner you can walk away and protect your peace. It's easy to hold on to people who seem to offer comfort, even if they're not truly there for you. But the longer you stay invested in fake relationships, the more damage they do. Eventually the masks slip, and the people who were never truly meant for you will reveal themselves. And when they do, it's not about vengeance. It's about protection. God lets you see their true colors so that you can make better decisions, so that you can move forward with clarity and strength. In the end, the ones who are meant for you will stay, and the ones who were never meant to be there will fade away. God did. Embrace the pain of seeing the truth. It's liberating. The truth isn't always easy to accept. In fact, it can feel like a heavy blow to the chest when you first realize that someone you trusted, someone you thought was genuine, is not who they appeared to be. The sting of betrayal, disappointment, and heartbreak can make you want to turn away from the truth, to deny it, to bury it deep down and pretend it's not there. But here's the thing, the truth, no matter how painful it feels in the moment, is always a stepping stone to freedom. When we face the truth, no matter how harsh, we're no longer living in the dark. We stop wasting energy trying to figure out what's real and what's fake. It might hurt, but that pain forces us to grow, to become stronger, to make better decisions moving forward. You might feel betrayed, hurt, and even broken at first, but in time you'll realize that the truth has freed you from something much worse. The illusion of safety in a lie. The moment you acknowledge what's real, it's the moment you can begin to heal, to rebuild, and to move forward with more wisdom and discernment. God doesn't let us live in a lie forever. And even though the truth can be a tough pill to swallow, it is always for our good. The pain is temporary, but the liberation that comes with knowing the truth will last a lifetime. Embrace it. The real ones will stick around when the mask comes off. When the facade crumbles and the truth comes to light, that's when you truly see who's with you. The people who are there for the wrong reasons will fall away when they can no longer hide behind a mask of fake affection or false loyalty. But those who truly care about you, the ones who are meant to be a part of your life, won't run when the truth is revealed. They'll stand by you through the mess, through the chaos, and through the moments of uncertainty. The real ones don't need pretenses to be your friend, to be your partner, or to be a support system for you. Their loyalty isn't conditional. They're there not because of what you can do for them, but because they genuinely care about you for who you are, flaws and all. And then it's in those moments of vulnerability when the mask slips off and you're exposed for all your strengths and weaknesses that the true depth of your relationships is tested. The ones who are meant for you will stay because they see you for who you are and love you anyway. They're not intimidated by your flaws, your struggles, or your imperfections. In fact, they embrace them because they understand that's what makes you human. In a world where everyone seems to wear a mask, the real ones are the ones who love you enough to show up without one. They'll stick around when the mask comes off because they've always seen the real you. Not everyone who smiles at you is your friend. A smile can be a mask, a way to hide true intentions or to keep up appearances. Just because someone is pleasant, friendly, or seems to care in the moment doesn't mean they have your best interests at heart. People wear smiles for all sorts of reasons. Sometimes it's to hide insecurity. Sometimes it's to manipulate. And other times it's to cover up a lack of sincerity. It's easy to mistake someone's surface level kindness for genuine friendship. But the reality is, real friends show up when things get tough. They stand by you when the world turns against you, and they speak the truth to you even when it's uncomfortable. A true friend isn't just there for the good times. They're there for the moments of vulnerability, the times when you need them the most. It's important to recognize that not everyone who appears friendly has your best interests at heart. Some people are good at pretending, good at giving you just enough to keep you around while offering nothing in return. But over time, their actions will reveal their true intentions. Pay attention to how people treat you when there's nothing to gain, when there's no one else watching, when you're not putting on a show. The smile might be the first thing you see, but it's the actions, the loyalty, and the consistency that will tell you who's really your friend. Walking away from fake people is a step toward growth. It's not always easy to let go of relationships that have been part of your life, even when you know they're no longer serving you. The fear of loneliness, the comfort of familiarity, or the hope that things might change can keep you clinging to people who aren't truly good for you. But walking away from fake people is an act of self-respect and preservation. When you allow fake people to stay in your life, you're essentially allowing their energy, their dishonesty, and their negative influence to drain you. You're staying stuck in cycles of uncertainty and confusion. But when you make the decision to walk away, you create space for something better, better relationships, better energy, better opportunities. You start to prioritize your own well-being and growth over the comfort of maintaining unhealthy connection. It's not about burning bridges. It's about recognizing when a relationship has outlived its purpose. The real ones, the ones who are meant to be in your life, will respect your decision to walk away and might even support you in doing so. When you shed the weight of fake relationships, you make room for new growth, personal growth, spiritual growth, and emotional growth. The more you let go of what's fake, the more you invite what's real and nourishing into your life. Letting go isn't about being cold-hearted. It's about making room for the things that truly matter. Walking away from fake people is one of the most powerful steps you can take toward becoming the person you're meant to be. Trust your intuition. God speaks through it. Our intuition is often seen as that gut feeling, that instinctive knowing that something is right or wrong, even when there's no logical reason for it. It's the voice inside you that quietly guides you when your mind is clouded with doubt. That feeling, that hunch, is not just coincidence. God has equipped you with this internal compass to help you navigate the complexities of life and to protect you from harm. Your intuition can sense when something isn't right, even when everything around you seems perfect on the surface. It might feel like a slight discomfort, a nagging thought, or an unease that you can't quite explain. Often we ignore it because we're afraid to confront the truth or because it goes against what we want to believe. But God doesn't make mistakes, and He gave you intuition as a tool to guide you toward what's best for you. When something feels off, trust that feeling. Don't second guess it. Don't silence it. And don't dismiss it just because it doesn't fit your expectations. That intuitive nudge is God's way of protecting you, helping you to make decisions that align with His plan for your life. The more you listen to your intuition, the more attuned you'll become to His voice. Trust that inner knowing, because when you do, you're not just listening to yourself, you're listening to God, guiding you toward what's real and what's right. Losing fake friends makes room for real connections. It's hard to let go of people, especially when you've invested time and energy into a friendship. But not all relationships are meant to last forever. And sometimes losing the wrong people is the only way to make space for the right ones. Fake friends can drain you, manipulate you, or leave you feeling unseen and unimportant. The energy you give to people who aren't truly invested in you could be better spent on those who genuinely care. When you finally let go of those toxic relationships, it's not just about what you're leaving behind, it's about what you're making room for. Real friends, those who truly have your back, will come into your life when you stop holding on to the people who don't deserve your time or loyalty. These are the friends who will uplift you, challenge you to grow, and they will be there when you need them, not because they want something from you, but because they value you for who you are. It's through loss that we often gain more. Letting go of fake friends is an act of trust, trusting that the universe or God has a plan for your life, and part of that plan is surrounding you with authentic people who will support and love you. The more you clear out the fake, the more room there is for connections that nourish your soul and help you become the person you're meant to be. God's timing is perfect. He removes distractions when necessary. Life has a way of presenting us with distractions often in the form of people, opportunities, or situations that seem like they belong in our lives. We get caught up in things that might feel good in the moment, but ultimately hold us back from fulfilling our true purpose. Sometimes we don't realize these distractions until God steps in and begins to remove them, often in ways that are uncomfortable or even painful. When God removes someone or something from your life, it's not a punishment, it's protection. He knows the path you're meant to walk, and he knows that certain things or people can divert you from that path. We may not always understand why things are happening in the moment, especially when we feel like we're losing something important, but God sees the bigger picture. His timing is always right, even when it feels like things are falling apart. The removal of distractions is a gift because it creates space for what truly matters. God knows what you need, and when he removes something or someone from your life, it's because he's making room for something better. Whether it's a relationship that's no longer serving you, an opportunity that would have led you down the wrong path, or a habit that's keeping you stuck. Trust that God is clearing the way for your growth. Every removal, every shift in your life is part of his perfect timing, leading you to the place where you're meant to be. The truth hurts, but it sets you free. It's one of those paradoxes in life that's hard to fully understand until you experience it for yourself. When the truth comes to light, whether it's about someone you trusted, a situation you thought you understood, or even about yourself, it can feel like a punch to the gut. The pain of realization, the anger, the betrayal, all of it can be overwhelming. But the truth, even when it cuts deep, is a gift. And it's a key that unlocks your freedom. When you live in a lie, or when you stay in the dark about what's really going on, you're trapped in a prison of uncertainty, confusion, and fear. The truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be at first, sets you free because it gives you clarity. It removes the fog and allows you to see things for what they really are. Once you know the truth, you can make informed decisions. You can move forward with confidence without the weight of deception or illusion holding you back. Yes, the truth hurts, but it's a pain that leads to growth, to healing, to liberation. It's a pain that opens up possibilities you never saw before, because once you know the truth, you no longer have to live in fear of what's hiding in the shadows. You can stand tall, make better choices, and live a life that's aligned with your purpose. The truth might sting in the moment, but it will always lead you to a place of greater peace, clarity, and strength. So here's the thing. God doesn't allow us to live in the dark forever. He shows us the truth, sometimes in painful ways, sometimes when we're not ready, but always with purpose. The faith will fall away and the real ones will remain. The people who truly care about you, the ones who will help you grow, won't run when things get tough. And when you trust your intuition, when you embrace the truth, you create space for relationships that nourish your soul and propel you forward. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Letting go of what's fake is an act of faith, trusting that God is leading you to something better, to a life that's aligned with your true purpose. The truth will hurt, it will challenge you, but it will also set you free. And as you walk in that freedom, you'll find that the real ones, the ones who were meant to be in your life, will stand beside you, and together you'll rise to new heights. So trust in his timing, embrace the pain, and know that you're on the right path. The truth might have a hard edge, but it's the key to unlocking the life you're meant to live.